Now, when it comes to debt, there are a couple of things that I want you to first understand. One, there is such thing as good debt, and there is such thing as bad debt. Now, let's explain. When it comes to debt, the idea is, number one, we always want to have buying power. We don't want to lose buying power. And number two, we never want to pay more interest to someone else than what we're earning on our money. So let's think about that a little bit. When we think about buying power is nothing more than the ability that we have at any given time to make the purchases, to have the leverage that we want. So the first idea of debt is, can it be leveraged? Can we leverage debt so that we can achieve another goal? Now, there are a couple of different tools that you can use to leverage. We'll talk a little bit about those more detail later, but life insurance, you can leverage life insurance contracts. Brokerage accounts, you can leverage them. If you have a piece of real estate, you can leverage it. If you can extract the value out of an asset without having to sell it, that is what we're talking about as far as leverage. The second piece that I said is never paying more interest than what you're earning on your money. So that second piece is managing interest. Now, let's think about this. One of the risks that we face when we do leverage is that we might potentially do that. Or if we're in consumer mode, we might potentially do that. So if you look across all of your debts, right, and let's just say that the total monthly interest that you're paying is $1,000. And then you go and you look at all of your assets. If your assets are not earning at least $1,000, you are paying more in interest than what you're earning on interest. Now you can go even further and you could look at every single debt that you have and say, is this debt a liability or is this debt an asset, right? If you owned an investment property and the cost of that property was $1,000 a month for a mortgage, and let's just say the interest on that was $600 a month in the beginning of the mortgage, but that investment property was at least helping you break even. In other words, you had a renter or somebody living in it and they were paying you at least $1,000 or more, then you would look at that and say, this is good debt. On another hand, you want a new couch. So you go to Ashley's Furniture or whatever the place is down the street and you go get a new couch, but they don't have one of those great 0% interest offers. This time you have to pay. And so now you got this interest rate of 12%. So you have this couch. This couch might be bringing you fulfillment. Maybe it's not. You got to really look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself that. But if it's not and you're paying interest for it, that's a cost. That's a liability. It's not helping you, it's hurting you.